The clock starts. 24 hours, and not a single second to waste. One machine, 4 riders, and one relentless enemy, time itself. Across a day and a night at Le Mans, a Japanese team chases the summit of world endurance racing. Every lap a battle, every pit stop a fight for survival. Ride beyond borders. The Endurance World Championship, or EWC, is a series where riders take turns piloting a single machine. 4 rounds are held each year. The opening round takes place in Le Mans, France, a city famous for its endurance car racing as well. Over 24 hours, the teams cover a distance greater than the length of Japan itself. Now in its 3rd year, Team Étoile returns to compete in the SST class, a fiercely contested category with tightly limited modifications, where they set their sights on the World Championship. In the heart of Le Mans, at Place des Jacobins, a parade is held every year. Racing machines travel along public roads, all the way from the circuit to the square. The event here is a grand affair, a festival that brings together everyone from die-hard racing fans to local residents. It's a celebration embraced by the whole region, where the culture of motorsport can truly be felt. The event closes with a photo session for the participating riders, the Jacobins Church standing behind them. The riders of Team Étoile gather too, after finishing their autograph session. These are the faces of the Japanese riders taking on the EWC. Here, let's break down how EWC qualifying works. Qualifying is held twice, Q1 and Q2. The times of the team's 2 fastest riders are averaged to decide their result. One fast rider alone isn't enough to win. This is a battle that demands the strength of the entire team. Q1. The track is dry, the temperature just under 20 degrees. The mechanics prepare the machine with great care. First rider Hikari runs a final check with engineer Julian before heading out. Hikari goes through his pre-ride routine. He's the rider who has led Team Étoile since its very first year, a competitor rich in international experience. Each session lasts 20 minutes. In limited time, with conditions changing moment by moment, he has to deliver his very best. Hikari's Q1 comes to an end. He doesn't seem satisfied with it himself, but he still sets the fastest time in the SST class. The second rider is Motoharu. Now in his 2nd year with Étoile, he's also active in the All Japan Road Race Championship. The tire warmers come off, and the machine is ready to go. Almost as soon as it begins, the session is stopped by a red flag. Because times must be set in such a short window, riders push right to the very limit and crashes are common. In qualifying, the timing of leaving the pits is crucial. Whether a rider can use rivals to their advantage out on the track is the key to a strong lap. Data analysis is a constant focus. Air temperature, track temperature, humidity, rivals' lap times. Team principal Ichikawa leads the analysis himself. The 3rd rider joining the team this year is Kaito, a skilled competitor who raced for years in the 250 cubic centimeter class and MotoGP. Last year, he competed with the No Limits motor team in this same SST class, making this his 2nd year in the Endurance Series. The 4th rider, also new to the team, is Ray. He too is a rider competing in the All Japan Road Race Championship. Étoile completes Q1 safely. At the end of Q1, the team sits in second place. The provisional leader is the BMW of car number 9, Team Techmas. The next day, Q2 begins. Compared to Q1, the temperature is slightly lower and the humidity higher. Hikari attacks first. He not only beats his personal best from the day before, he shatters the existing course record, finishing qualifying at the top of the timesheets. Perhaps because of the temperature difference from the previous day, crashes begin to increase. The difference of just a few degrees changes the air and track temperatures, and that has an enormous effect. Next up is Motoharu. He too improves on his personal best. Third is Kaito, looking to mark another class best time. With a good position relative to the EWC class BMW, he launches his attack. And remarkably, he rewrites the all-time record once again, taking top spot with an overwhelming lap. Last is Ray. He also improves his personal best, a qualifying session in which every rider gave their absolute best. The result, pole position, with a margin of 0.771 seconds over second place. With just 2.2 seconds separating all 4 riders, the team proves its high and consistent performance. The result brings smiles all around. This marks their third pole position since joining the series. Team Étoile's old machine has been sold, handed over to a new owner. Fantastic, beams the new owner. Pit work is rehearsed meticulously. In endurance racing, the number of pit stops is high, and a single second's difference in pit work can ultimately add up to gaps of tens of seconds. It's not only the riders, but the mechanics too, who chase down every last second. The pit walk is at its liveliest here at the opening round in Le Mans. Team Étoile sells apparel as well. There's a rider autograph session too, and the fans gather in force. Some collect signatures on their helmets. And the apparel, selling rather well, it seems. This here is the EWC's beloved Suzuki-san. The pit lane is this packed. At night, a live show is held out on the circuit. Enokido, who fought alongside the team at Le Mans in 2024, takes on a new challenge this time. In the reckless undertaking of broadcasting 24 hours of commentary all on his own, Enokido's energy is already at maximum during the pre-race party. For the result, be sure to check Team Étoile's YouTube channel. The final preparations before the race get underway. With the finish 24 hours away, everyone sends the machine off as if willing it onward. This is the last refuel before the race, so they fill the tank as much as possible. The starting rider is Hikari. The salute is part of his pre-riding routine. Each machine is welcomed by the crew and heads to the grid. Team Étoile starts at the top of the SST class, 10th overall. The machines line up, team members gather, and the circuit's excitement reaches its peak. The members withdraw for the start. Leaving a single mechanic behind, the riders head to the grid. The silence before the start turns the air inside the venue taut. At last, the 24-hour battle begins. The EWC start is the traditional Le Mans style. Riders run to their machines and climb aboard. Hikari gets away slightly slowly, but stays calm, finding his position and giving chase. A countdown from 24 hours. Hikari reclaims his lost places and returns to the top of the SST class, but the gap to third remains within half a second. Here, let's explain how points are earned in the 24-hour race. At 8 hours and at 16 hours from the start, there are checkpoints where points are added. A maximum of 60 points is available, making this a race that's key to scoring big. With the class lead constantly changing hands, the team reaches its first pit stop. Hikari finishes the first stint at the top of the SST class and returns. The tires are changed and the machine refueled. Information between riders is shared in this single instant in the pit. Confusion causes it to take longer than usual, but the handover to Kaito is completed. Kaito rejoins the track 19th overall, 8th in the SST class. A sudden tension runs through the team. Because Kaito pointed to signal trouble, the possibility of coming back to the pits arises. With no radio available, the only way is to check the situation by eye. The signal to pit is given. But Kaito's pace recovers. A lap in the 1 minute 37 range. Fast, right up among the top class. Still, unable to shake the feeling something is wrong, Kaito comes into the pits and restarts without a rider change. At that moment, a water leak is discovered on the machine. The team rushes to identify the cause. Then Kaito pits again. The right side of the machine is damaged. It seems the strange sensation he'd reported threw off his rhythm, leading to a fall. The mechanics set to work on urgent repairs. But the water leak has grown dramatically worse. Around 2 hours into the race, trouble strikes Team Étoile one blow after another. The mechanics work to deduce the cause from the symptoms. Suspecting a water pump problem, they decide to remove the oil pan. They take it out of the engine to inspect it. The inside of the pump is broken, and that's where the leak is coming from. The EWC class BMW team comes over to check on them too. They end up transplanting a water pump from a spare engine. Hikari checks on the situation as well. The mechanics' desperate work continues. At last, they recover to the point where the engine will start. The preparations for a restart are finally complete. Hikari will take the next stint. In the end, this trouble costs them an hour, dropping them to 55th overall and 26th in the SST class. The handlebar, damaged in the fall, also needs repairing, so it's back into the pits once more. It's been a difficult stint for Hikari. The rider changes to Ray. The first 24-hour race stint of his career begins. Ray reels off the laps steadily. The circuit gradually drifts toward dusk. At this point, they're 49th overall, 24th in the SST class. The handover to Kaito goes smoothly. The leading SST group is car numbers 38, 27, 41, and 44. Here, a safety car is deployed to clear oil on the straight. There are 19 hours left in the race. Now Motoharu's stint begins. Since last year, he's had a strong reputation for riding at night and in the rain, but the engine won't start. A symptom of the engine being hard to start had appeared during Rei's stint, and now it's getting worse. Somehow it fires up, and he gets going. From here, the long night battle begins. Even at night, there's no chance to ease off the pace. The race presses on unchanged, at top speeds approaching 300 kilometers per hour. The baton passes safely from Motoharu to Hikari, who carves out the laps, one steady step at a time. Here, the change comes from Hikari to Rei, who takes on his first night session. Here too, the engine won't start. Everyone watches, holding their breath. Rei has a minor fall after running wide, and immediately after taking over, Kaito suffers a high side, sending the machine in for repairs. During the repair time, the wiring harness is also replaced, and measures are taken to address the starting trouble. As soon as the repairs are done, they prepare to restart at once. Motoharu gets the restart underway. Out on the track, machine trouble strikes. One by one, the machines begin to cry out. Through all of this, the one constantly watching the monitors and holding up the pit board for the riders is Quentin, a French member who has supported the team since its first year. Fatigue has built up considerably among the mechanics and crew, and each keeps their condition up with naps and breaks. It's a punishing stretch, both physically and mentally. They reach the small hours into the early morning, what could be called Le Mans' danger zone. Sure enough, the race grows messier here. Hikari runs wide and falls. Thanks to a split-second decision that avoided a head-on collision, he was able to keep riding. And so the baton was carried through to dawn. At last, the sunrise comes into view. 8 hours remain. Mechanic Takada steals himself again with a coffee. At last, Kaito returns from his high-side crash. The EWC class leader is car number 1, the SST class leader is car number 38. After rejoining, Kaito's pace is on par with the fastest of the race. Each rider gives the very best they can muster in their moment. Rei's stint is next. The engine won't start symptom returns. Somehow he gets going and rejoins the track. A safety car came out during Rei's stint, but with fuel-saving riding he reels off an astonishing 41 laps, 3 more than planned, before passing the baton to Hikari. 2 hours left. The finish is coming into sight. The mechanics summon their fighting spirit one last time. Handling the final stint is Motoharu. Taking over from Hikari, Motoharu climbs aboard the machine. But then, once again, the engine won't start. Mechanic Tanabe's "Come on, start" shows on his face. At last, the engine fires. With that, the mission of sending the machine out for the final stint is complete. Meanwhile, the live stream endurance run is also still going, heading for its own finish, a final sprint to make it through 24 hours. Motoharu keeps riding without a single mistake. Bit by bit, the finish draws near. Under 10 minutes remaining. And then, the EWC class winner is car number 1, Yart. The SST class is taken by car number 38, Champion Hurt. Team Étoile completes the race 25th overall, 13th in the SST class. The goal of winning at Le Mans will have to wait for another day. In the race, trouble forced them to fall back from the fight. But in qualifying, they posted an all-time record lap and showed their true competitive strength. From here on, it's become a series in which they cannot afford to lose, aiming to fight back over the remaining 3 rounds and claim the series championship. We hope you'll enjoy following the team's continued battle.